that shit won't happen no more. HD, how you feel, man? Go ahead.
Yo, this is something real close to my heart because I love Michael Vick, like I said, and you know I understand there's a lot of you pet lovers out there, but this whole situation is very, very deep, and you know I'm gonna be very respectful. And if anyone else blogs in about it, I hope you be very respectful too. But you just gotta understand and look at things from both sides. You can't look at things just because you're a pet lover, because there are situations out there where there are people who have killed another human being who did less time in jail than Mike Vick for being a part of killing dogs. So you telling me a dog's life is worth more than a human's life? Just let me go to the next subject, because I'm going to get fucking fired up. Next subject. Why do men love sports so much more than women? That's something, you know, that's been going on since...
Kind of explain it a little bit, because when you said it to me earlier, I thought you was talking about something different. Explain what you mean by that question.
It's like this, where I know there are a lot of women out there who play sports and who love sports, but for a majority, when you go to sports bars, there's men out there. It's just 80 to 90% men, and they take it, you know, to the top. Men sometimes bet their whole paycheck on games, you know. Some dudes won't even talk to their wife for a week if their team lose. So we're just gonna dig into, you know what I mean, why men just take sports to the utmost and women look at it as, it's just a game.
I feel like on that subject, it's a lot of situations that made the situation deep, why men feel like that. Because you got, for us being men, I know we both can relate to this, and any other guy that hears this 100% can relate to it. It's always been somebody in your household, somebody that you know down the block, something. It's somebody you know that touched you in some kind of way with their passion for playing sports. Or maybe you played sports, so you got such a big love for the sport and all that. And you know what I'm saying, it's just something that's good for you. And then you got other people that may have not made it, that wanted to make it or believe that they could make it, never had a chance. So they love sports so much because like when they watching, it's like they right there in the game. It's like when Mike Vick throw a touchdown, they did it. It's like when one of your favorite running backs run into the end zone or whatever and score a touchdown, it's like they did it. You know what I mean? You got some people that do that. You got some people that relax like that. They just love sports, and I can't lie, right now I've been watching the hell out of sports lately. It ain't been the same to me since MJ left, but you know, I'm still riding with it. Basketball, football, that's my shit. I like baseball a little bit. Next subject. Woo! Here go another one. Y'all know I gotta do it. I'm cocking, I'm loading up, cocking back, and busting shots, baby. This one right here for your motherfucking ass. Listen closely. Listen. The so-called independent woman.
Oh man, I'm sorry. When we get on this subject, you're gonna hear a lot of bees out my mouth. A whole lot of them.
Yeah. The so-called independent woman. With this topic, the reason why I say this shit is because when I put so-called in front of it, that's for the fakers. No disrespect.
If a nigga paying your phone bill for you, you're not independent. Know that.
Or you expect him to. This is my thing. You may have a good job, taking care of your responsibilities, but if you still got your hand out asking for help, whether it's from your parents or a nigga in the street, you are not independent. How could you call yourself independent? I don't even respect that. Independence is like, all the independent people I know are stubborn, hard-headed. They won't let you do nothing for them damn near. They'll say something kind of hitting by needing help, but they still won't want your help. That's independent. If a motherfucker car break down, they ain't calling nobody, they hopping on the bus to get to where they gotta go at. That's independent. But if you talking about something, you gotta find somebody to pay for you to go see a movie and bitch, you ain't independent. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to say it, but it just came out. Bitch came out. That face shit, man. Ace, do it.
Listen, I know this is gonna get very, very, very hot, but you gotta know and understand, when you independent, you do for self. S-E-L-F. You do for self. You don't need nobody to help you.
Oh no!
With nothing.
Nothing.
Understand that. You pay your own bills, you buy your own clothes, get your nails done by yourself. For the independent women out there, much love to you. And for all you fakers, when you look in the mirror, you know who you are.
Exactly. Kill yourself.
Kill it. And my last topic is something that's kind of sensitive, you know, to everybody out there who got kids. Something that you have to go through. And it's the proper age to teach kids about sex. You know, that's something that's very, 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 very important. But you got to know when is the right time to do it, especially now in the age that we live in when everything on TV, even cartoons, are promoting sex and drugs. You got to know when is the proper time to teach your kids about that, because some little kids are more advanced and mature than others. So that's something that we definitely want to talk about.
So that's something very important, you know what I'm saying? I have a 7-year-old. My son just turned 7 in November. And I feel as though it's something that needs to be learned because, especially with young male, you have a lot of guys who teach their child in the wrong instance. You know, you have that father bun or that big brother or friend on the block bun where the guy's like, oh yeah, well, you gotta get you some ass and all that. To be honest with you, you gotta be careful about that a lot of times because you have young men growing up and looking at sex in the wrong way and they can't get it. They might take it. That's where you have situations when rapes come, sexual abuse and stuff will come like that. So when you explain it to kids, you want to explain it to the male child how it's important to respect women when it comes up, knowing how to protect yourself and all that stuff.
And the biggest thing is the diseases that are out there. You got to understand it's not just about, oh yeah, I can get this girl to bend over for me, or oh yeah, I'm gonna have sex with this dude for the first time. You gotta understand there are so many diseases out there and it's affecting us black people heavy nowadays.
Yeah.
Heavy.
So, and especially with the females, because you don't want no situation where females getting raped, they're catching diseases and stuff like that. So it's very important that we start teaching our children the stuff that they need to know, whether it's the pros and cons, the goods or the bad. Next subject. Working with your own kind or diversity in a job. To be honest with you, I came up with that idea for the simple fact that you have people that want to be around diverse groups like, you know, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, Italian, whatever have you, you know what I'm saying? But then you got certain people that want to be around their own kind. And I think it depends. Like, I'm not going to lie to you, for as black people, I think we need to have our own solid foundation before we can really deal with everybody else like we deal with, so we won't turn against each other. There's been too much of that going on for the past 1,000 years that we turn on our own and stuff like that. So that's why I say, in my opinion, I wouldn't mind working with all black people because I want to see us working together, getting along, because they say it can't happen, and I believe it can happen. So when there's diversity in the job, I don't mind that, but I'm proud to see my black people doing their thing. White people already got it. Italians, you know what I'm saying, got it. Then you got, you know what I'm saying, the Jewish community got it. You got the Latino community got it. The Asian community got it. I believe the black people need to have it. Not saying we need to separate from each other totally, but I think if we don't have a solid foundation, then where will we go? It's going to all crumble. We're going to have no respect for each other. H, holla.
Yeah, that's something that's real prevalent because I can speak from my own situation. You know, I work for a major corporation right now, and every day when I walk in the building, I see less than a handful of blacks, you know, and I'm always getting looked at like I don't belong there, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, it would feel good if I walked into the building and I seen a lot of my own kind and I can, you know, have a conversation with them and feel like, you know, I'm a welcome part of the family. So that's definitely something that's very important that we need to talk about.
Yeah, so with that being said, those are each of our 10 quick picks of segments and topics that we're going to have on these shows and stuff. Some may be a long time on the show, you know, like the whole entire show, or maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the show. You know, another thing, like we were saying, for us, the artists like H said, far as the difference between the mainstream and underground artists. We're gonna also have shows where we're gonna have independent artists come on, play their music, give them a little time to talk about themselves and their career. Then we'll ask them, a couple of questions and stuff on it. Then we're gonna also have other interviews of people that may have touched the community. Other topics where we have people who are struggling, going through certain types of things, and what we're trying to do to help get out the word about what we can do to help. Like I said, we're stationed out of St. Petersburg, Florida. FLA, for those who don't know, St. Petersburg, look it up. When we say St. Pete, sometimes we gotta say the Tampa Bay area because they don't know about it. But St. Petersburg, Pinellas County, my bad, Florida, you know what I mean? So those are the different type of things we're gonna be talking about, you know what I mean? So this is basically like the end of our show. We've been going on, we had a good time doing it. Hopefully y'all had a good time listening to it, you know what I mean? And we're gonna have more to come for y'all, you know what I'm saying? And this bumping beat that you hear right now, that's a little something that I concocted real quick to throw it on there just to let y'all listen to it. But it's one of the artists that I'm working with, you know what I'm saying? Just a little loop part, you know what I mean? But we're gonna be doing our thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out real quick to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Whoever's listening, I want y'all to keep listening. I'm gonna give a shout out to my peoples, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to keep doing our thing, keep moving. Hopefully y'all stay along, still keep listening, you know what I mean? Doing your thing. I'm gonna let my boy Ace get on, say what he gotta say.
Yo, like my man said, we're gonna have a lot of different topics. We're gonna have a lot of people on here, just to keep everything fresh and to keep, you entertained. So, with that being said, I want to give kind of a Hollywood shout out. I want to give a shout out to Swizz Beatz and Alicia Keys, because they went out and adopted, a village. That's something that's real big because Africa is something very big in my heart and in my studies, and that's just showing that, there are people who got money, but they also want to help. So that's my big shout out to Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz. Much love to the both of you. This HD, and I'm out. Peace. Biatch.
This your boy JTL, man. Don't forget, also, we're going to let you know the name of the blog site so y'all can go on all the time. Check us out. You know what I'm saying? Having more shows posted and things. Our next edition is going to be a couple. We're going to have some more coming to you. You know what I mean? So make sure you definitely check that out. Get at your boy. This JTL signing out. Opposite of the norm. Chill.
If God give me breath for 20 more years, I see myself changing the world, changing the world, changing the world. Because my thought patterns are so opposite of what's the So I have to change the world. I have to be changed by the world. I have to change the world. HD,
JTL,
opposite of what's
keeping it real.
Talk to you, vibe and have a good time.
Tell the truth.
Morals and standards,
People just be real about what they hear.
HD,
JTL, keep it real, keep it real. That's a good thing because
opposite of what's the norm.